There are three built-in delegate types that are designed to help streamline the development process. So we created this delegate method up here, and then we defined a delegate here, but we can actually collapse both of those into one line. So one of the first three that we will be talking about is going to be func. So func is a templated type which will take in, or a generic type, which will take in whatever your input type is going to be, which this method here, the input type is string, and then it requires an output. So let me go ahead and do this. Oops. That, and you will have the output. So we have an input type and an output type, which is going to be the T result. And this is returning a string. So we have to do string there. And then we go ahead and do something similar. So rev equals reverse string. And so this one line there takes the place of this line and this line. So now if I go ahead and run this, notice that I'm getting out the same string printed out backwards. So you may have noticed that when this popped up, let me go ahead and erase that and comma again. When this pops up, there's several other options in here. And in fact, you may have a method which takes in more than one input, and func will work with all of those. Notice that this has in T1, in T2, T3, all the way up to T16. And in fact, func will work with up to 16 input parameters, and there always has to be an output parameter, which means that your method always has to return something. So let's go ahead and take this method here, and let's go ahead and extend it to, instead of just reversing the string, taking in another parameter, int multiple, and that multiple there is how many times we want to copy that string, that reverse string together. So to do that, we need to do a couple of things. So we have our new string there, which is reversed, and now we need to add in a way to copy that several times. Now, since a string in C# is immutable, this is where we'll use this string builder. And string builder, and we'll just say return string is equal to new string builder. And this is complaining here because system text string builder, other missing references. If we do Alt-Enter, it will add in this using system.text, so we have access to the string builder class. And so now we can go ahead and take that string builder. We can do for int I is equal to 0, I is less than multiple, I plus plus, return, or not return, we want return, actually we do want return, string dot append, and then new string. So we want to just append onto return string however many times we want new string to be appended on there. And now what we return is we don't return new string, we return return string. And that's not all we need to do. Notice that this says cannot convert expression type system text string builder to return type string. So we just need to tell it, hey, we actually want this to be a string. It's no longer a string builder, it is a string. So now this method, we extended it to take in 2 parameters and still return 1 parameter. And now down here, we have to say, okay, well this function or this method that we're using, we need to take in a string and an int, and we are getting back a string. Don't have to change anything else for the rest of this. And now when we call it, notice that this red underline is saying that we are only passing 1 parameter or 1 argument, and it requires 2. So we just put an int for the number of times we want it to duplicate that reverse string. So now if we run this, notice that we get the string reversed and printed out twice. In fact, we can go ahead and say 20. And we will get that same string reversed and duplicated 20 times. So function or func will work with up to 16 parameters there, but there always has to be a return parameter. So all of your methods that you use with function has to have a return type there.